This is Antarctica. It has no one. Sorry, very few people. About 1,000, which are mostly scientists. So technically, Antarctica is the smartest continent in the world. If you exclude the ice, it is smaller than Australia, which I might add is the least like continent, which is a continent and also a country. How many are there? You may say 200 countries, 197, 190, or anything else. Depends upon how you look at the world. North Korea doesn't exist for South Korea, but what does exist is its estimated 50 nuclear weapons. There are currently more than 6,000 of them worldwide, and we have lost some of them, two of whom I can confirm were dropped on Japan, turning people into dust and their dreams, aspirations, and their health and wealth and food. And about food, they were struggling and they were poor also. Some guy, to make it affordable and nutritious, made instant ramen noodles. And ramen originated from China, which has the second largest economy, military, and population. And in population, China is lacking, and their population in 2100 will approximately be 700 to 800 million people. There is a lot less people. Underpopulation, overpopulation, these both are problems, not one, depending upon where you live. In most of Europe, Russia, China, Japan, South Korea, there is underpopulation, while Africa, Bangladesh, India, and others have overpopulation because the world is unequal, like this circle which holds 50% of all the world's population, which is huge. Just like US military spending, which is about $700 billion, and the US is ranked first in military spending, also first in economy and debt, which is about $32 trillion, which is a lot. Something less is Zimbabwean dollar. This is a Zimbabwean $1 bill, a $100 bill, this small $1 million bill, and a $1 billion bill, and a $20 billion bill, and a $100 trillion bill. This is less but a lot. Another thing that's a lot is Russia's dollar reserves, which are frozen by the US, which are about $300 billion. Dollars which the US controls. It controls dollars in its country and even in other countries, and can stop or block it, which the US did by applying sanctions on Russia. Russia is the biggest country in the world, bigger than the planet Pluto, which is not a planet. Just like Vatican City, which is the least like country, which is a country and also not a country. It is about 0.44 kilometers square, which is about 110 football fields. The biggest football field in the world is in Pyongyang, North Korea, with a seating capacity of 150,000 people. 150,000 to 226,000 people died when atomic bombs were dropped on Japan. Japan is further east, west, north, and south than South Korea. South Korea's population is decreasing alongside Japan, Russia, Spain, and Germany. Germany was once the biggest country in Europe, and that was very painful. Something more painful is that this is the UK, this is Great Britain, and it does not include the islands. This is Ireland, not the country, the island, and it has two countries, which are Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland. Ireland is one of the some places or countries which has no snakes, alongside Greenland, Iceland, Antarctica, New Zealand, etc. Etc. is a Latin word meaning and so on. Still, I think my meaning is better. Another thing that's better for the world are trees. There are about 3 trillion of them worldwide, and they give air or oxygen. 20% of Earth's oxygen is produced by this massive Amazon rainforest located in South America and several countries, which include Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, French Guiana, and Venezuela. Venezuela has the most oil with about 300 billion barrels, which is more than the USA, Iran, and Saudi Arabia, which is the biggest country in the Middle East, and also the biggest country without any rivers. The biggest river in the world is the Nile River, except it's not. It's the Amazon River, except it's not either, or maybe it is, because there's not any specific method to measure a river, but presumably I found was measurable is happiness. As per the latest happiness report, Finland is the happiest country in the world, which sadly has the highest suicide rate among the Nordic countries, while Afghanistan is the saddest country as per the report, and is also a landlocked country. A landlocked country is a country that is surrounded by countries and also does not have any access to any ocean, and there are about 44 of them, in which 2 are doubly landlocked, which means surrounded only by landlocked countries, meaning doubly ruined. Excluding if you are Liechtenstein, of course, which is the richest country in the world, and so rich in fact once Russia offered it to buy Alaska, but it declined, because who is going to protect it from invasion? Remembering from invasion, it was invaded 3 times by Switzerland accidentally. One on 26 August 1976 because they took a wrong turn, second on 13 October 1992, third on 3rd March 2007 when they took a wrong turn again due to bad weather conditions. In bad weather conditions, you have to include Russia, which has more than 60% of their land underlain by permafrost, which is cold, very cold. Russia, of course, has the coldest city in the world, which has a temperature ranging from -8 Celsius to -20 Celsius and a record low of -64.4 Celsius. and the hottest city is somewhere in California, a state of the USA. And it has more population than Canada currently, and its economy is bigger than current Russia and for now about the same as India. In India, there are more than 300 to 700 languages spoken, while they speak about 840 languages in Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Equatorial Guinea, what they don't have are guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are found in South America, which is the only continent which doesn't have any nuclear weapons, and also North Korea missile range does not fully reaches them. So they save from nuclear weapons, but not the crime which they invented. Other inventions include electric brakes and artificial heart, and the world's first human-to-human heart transplant was done in 1956 in South Africa, which has 3 capitals. And this whole in South Africa is Lesotho, and it's one of the very few countries which is a country inside a country, along with Vatican City and San Marino, which is the oldest republic in the world, founded more than 17th century ago, and the newest republic was made in 2011 and is South Sudan.